Hey there, race fans, and welcome to a Pecino Report special report. We're going to talk today, just for a little while, about what's going on at Petronas, SRT, Yamaha. These guys. There's been some crazy news flying around. We've heard that Petronas are pulling out, and there's not going to be Moto3, Moto2 teams next year. At the moment, it's a case of who's going to be in, who's not going to be in, who's racing. There's guys' livelihoods on the line here. There's lots of people who are working in these teams day in, day out. So to give us the inside goss on what's going on, it's straight over the boss. Manuel, what's happening? What are you hearing in the paddock?
Yes. I think it was a shock.
Indeed.
The Austrian Grand Prix, before the start, we had some news that shocked us every 24 hours. In the case of Petronas, I think the headline would be Rossi announced his retirement. The Petronas team collapsed.
Exactly. Yep.
I don't know if it's related or not.
It's got to be more than a coincidence.
It's like a sequence. No, suddenly the press release came out from SRT, Sepang Racing Team, that is still the owner of that team, saying that Petronas has decided to quit, to leave the team. This means no Moto3 team and Moto2 team will simply, just simply disappear.
Yeah.
Is there possibility for someone else to step in and sponsor those teams so they remain, or with Petronas stepping out, that's it, with Petronas focusing on the MotoGP only?
No, I imagine if this structure are there, but there is somebody who has maybe to buy the seat in the different categories.
Yep.
We will see. And in the case of MotoGP, the team, our team, Sepang Racing Team, announced that they had lost the sponsor after only 3 years. Because remember that they started in 2019. And since then, Petronas team was kind of the reference of MotoGP.
Yes.
Remember that they were, Petronas, the big sponsor arrived. Finally, an Asian MotoGP team.
Exactly.
And I remember basically saying, this is the future, that Asians it has last 3 years.
Yeah.
And in these 3 years, they did runner-up as vice champion.
Yeah.
They won 6 Grand Prix. So they were like the reference, and we all were surprised and saying, look how professional they are.
They were. That's right. They're a real case study in how to build a team, because that's really what it's been about. Razlan and everybody has been really pushing the family team element of it, and Petronas to be associated with that. What we've been hearing to date is that they're really happy to be associated with that structure, and now all of a sudden, bang, gone.
Could it be money related from, say, COVID throughout the world? Because they're in F1 as well, right?
They're in F1. Yeah.
Is it because they're tightening their purse strings, or is it because Rossi stepped away, so they've gone?
I heard that it came because Petronas has changed its CEO. Okay.
Yeah.
And the new person in charge of at command of the company has gone through all the projects and has simply put an X on this one. But it sounds strange, because if you compare the amount of money Petronas is putting in Formula One with the bike, is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. For having a comparison, how it works. Philip Morris, they put in Ferrari 140 million US. 140 million. Philip Morris in Ducati, they put 9 million. So this is the relationship.
Whoa.
So therefore, I think that jumping out of the bike is not an economical reason. There must be some reason we don't understand very well. But okay, so the situation suddenly exploded. And now you realize, for example, why Petronas gave Morbidelli to the Yamaha team.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
So
they knew they were doing this,
and they knew that the money you pay him, I don't have the money to pay.
Yep. Exactly.
Because it didn't make sense when it happened, because you said, okay, Morbidelli was the real active of the team, the guy who was the good one, and they just put him on the factory team. So now we realize why.
So
Because
they've known him for a while.
Yes, there have been a big crisis. All right. And that's why nobody wanted to sign with the Petronas team. Remember that the Turkish guy was on the list, Geldov was on the list.
Yeah.
So now everything comes out,
Yeah.
The truth has long legs. At the end, it always appears.
Indeed. So look, realistically, so next year, the MotoGP team, the SRT team, these guys, they've still got 2 bikes. We don't know who their primary sponsor is going to be, but there's still 2 bikes there. So who's going to be on these bikes?
Stu, don't say we don't know who is going.
Do you want me to say?
Who's going to be spun?
I'm trying to get something funny. Well,
Andra.
Jake
VR46.
No. I am talking about the sponsor, because
sponsor.
I'm talking about the riders. I want to talk about Darryn Binder.
We don't know who are going to be the sponsor. Stu, we know.
Do we?
Remember, we are the Pecino reports too.
We are indeed. This is what I'm trying. I'm trying to get these answers out of you. Exactly.
So
what are you hearing?
Get on the side. Get on the side. I think the sponsor is already on the fairing. Let me see. Oh yes.
You.
It's under the red where it says where it says Barracuda. Yes.
I'm like me with you.
Yes, look, with you is an Italian. It's an Italian. Out
there we
there.
Go. Those guys.
With you is also in Aprilia and somewhere else where I don't remember.
Yep.
And the person who was in charge of marketing in Ducati is now the head of marketing in With You. A good friend of mine.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine.
Right.
And I phoned to him and he said to me, yes, we are interested. No, maybe we would be interested. But it will depend on the bikes Yamaha will give the team.
Yep.
And the riders.
Exactly. Yeah. So first of all, the bikes, are they going to give them 2022 bikes, or are they going to give them older bikes? What are you thinking?
The policy of Yamaha has always been satellite team. If you want good material, you pay.
Exactly. Yeah. And will With You be able to give them the sponsorship dollars to pay for that, or is it going to be a smaller sponsorship than Petronas? $2 million. That's a lot smaller.
That's not much.
So they're going to be old bikes.
Yes, but I tell you something. Look, it is supposed to be a short episode, no?
Yes.
That's why we laughed and laughed when Manuel said, let's record a short episode.
Yeah, good luck.
No, because to make it quickly, next season starts a new contract between Dorna and the teams.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Until now, the factories, look, I try to explain it. The factories who had more than 2 bikes on the grid got from Dorna 2 million. This means Suzuki didn't get it and Aprilia didn't get it because they have only 2 bikes. From next year on, they will get 3 million, the factories. Okay?
Yep.
All satellite teams until this year, they got 4 million paid by the team association that got that money from Dorna. This 4 million each team receives was to pay the bikes. So at the end, this finished again in the factories.
Yeah.
Okay. So from next season on until 2026, it will be 5 million. Each team will get 5 million. So just think how many bikes Ducati will have on the grid.
All of them. They got like 8 bikes or something.
Yeah, they will have 6 satellite bikes.
Yeah.
They will get for this, Ducati will get for this 15 million. Plus another 3 because they have more than 2 bikes.
Do they then give them the
Hang
whole?
on, stop. 18 million. Then after the races, every team gets 0.8 million.
Whoa.
Wow. So Ducati's going to end up getting
Yeah, but that's my
So,
question.
all
does
the money.
Does
So
Ducati get
Dorna-
it? Can I ask? Sorry.
Yeah, ask.
No, I just want to
Ducati-
ask: do they go here, Ducati? Here's 18 million, or is it strict on this much to each team?
No, it'll have to go through the funnels to get to Ducati. It'll have to go to that team who will buy the bikes and pay Ducati for the bikes.
Well, I was just
Yeah,
wondering.
I
because
Dorna
they
won't
could
just
sit there
give
and
it straight to
Yeah,
Ducati.
I ask no, because the money comes out from Dorna.
Yes.
Dorna pays directly to the factories this
Yes.
3 millions for more than 2 bikes.
Mhm.
Dorna pays to the IRTA, this is the team association,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
5 million
Mm-hmm.
to the team association. The team association send this money to the teams and the teams to the factory. But to avoid the money disappearing in the transit, so at the end, it goes straight to the factory.
Well, that's what
You
I
know-
was trying to ask. Yeah, do they then go, we've got this pocket of money we can spend on whichever of our teams for Ducati, or is it specific for each Ducati team? Do I make sense what I'm saying? They just get all of it because they're all Ducati teams, right?
Yeah, no, but for example, each team has a different agreement on how
so
much they pay the
each-
team. Yeah,
Yep,
because
okay.
I can imagine, I am sure, I don't know, but I am sure that Pramac doesn't pay the same
Mm.
than
Yeah.
Gresini.
Then
Yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah.
negotiating the prices for the bikes
Claro.
and the spares and everything. Yeah.
And you know that there is a maximum price for one MotoGP bike
I'll pay
on
it.
the rules. There is a maximum who is, I think it was 2.1 or 2 million. So at the end, out from that money to pay the bike, there is something always left for the team.
Okay.
Right.
So, okay,
Mm.
There we go.
going now back to the Petronas,
hmm
you said, wow, with you, if they paid those 2 million would be no much, but remember how
They
much
get that
money is
too.
coming. They
Yeah.
will
If, they,
Okay.
receive.
if they're getting all those
And-
extras, then they might be able to get current bikes.
Yeah, and depending of how much of this 5 million they want to spend, they will get one spec or another spec.
Yep. Okay.
It
Yep.
depends how much the team owner wants to make
Yeah.
money or
A
make
spec, B
results.
spec. Yep.
You know, it depends. I investing in results, or I am getting
Mhm.
and will buy a boat for next summer.
Yeah, exactly. And I suppose a lot of that has to do with the riders that he's got on there, because if he's got a rider who is like, you know, say, for example, a Raul Fernandez coming up, who is a genuine contender, then he's going to want to put an A-spec bike out there, because it's like having,
Mhm.
you know, like Fabio Quartararo coming up and immediately winning races. But if
For
you're going to
example,
put
Rins. Imagine Rins.
exactly,
You can't offer Rins a ride on a B Yamaha.
that's right.
He would say no, of course, you know.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you have to spend to get a good rider.
Yep.
So when will we know who's going to be riding? When will they announce that? Because I know
Yes,
we
but look,
speculate.
we have always to follow the string, because if not,
Mhm.
we get lost. Okay, then they have lost the sponsor, right?
Mhm.
And the team owner is Sepang Racing Team. Sepang
Mhm.
Circuit is the team owner. What will
Yep.
happen? The actual manager, Razlan Razali and Johan Stigefeld, will buy the team from the Sepang Circuit.
Okay. Yep.
Because with these figures, Stu, if you know how to manage, you make money just
Yeah.
by racing in MotoGP, because Dorna pays to have the show,
Mm.
to have you in the show. And they will buy this team, and then they will get this 5 million, maybe this with 2 million and other sponsors that are there around.
Yep.
But just go on a side. Go on a side again. Let's have a look at the bikes. If you see, look, Barracuda, the red one, and it's Italian. It arrived.
That one there. Yep.
Yeah, it arrived with Valentino Rossi.
Okay. So gone.
Monster. Who brought Monster?
Oh yeah, Yamaha. Wasn't
No.
that was that
Oh, my
Vinales
God.
brought them?
Was
Or?
that Rossi? Rossi.
Oh,
brought
was
them.
it Rossi? Oh, that's right. It was Rossi again,
Claro.
wasn't
Wash
it?
your mouth out, Stu.
Yeah.
And then look, and then there is green something over
That one there.
green. Yeah,
What is
that also arrived with Valentino Rossi.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So
Gonna be
it's
a very bare bike, isn't it?
no, that it's a you
Yep.
know, everything is so linked. It's not
Mhm.
just one thing. It has a consequence. Something Valentino disappear, the whole team explodes. So they have to start from zero.
Mm, they will. That's right.
But with money, too. With money, there is nobody's getting poor by racing in MotoGP. Maybe
Yeah,
Moto2, Moto3, yes.
That's the thing. So as you say, if so, Johan Stigefeld and Razlan Razali go and buy out the team, then yeah, that as long as they can pay all the bills and their wages are part of the bills, then that's fine. They can keep the team running. So does that mean we're going to see a name change again? Is it going to be RR Racing, Razlan Razali Racing?
Yeah, no, yeah, it will be a name, and let's continue pulling the string.
Yep.
If with you turns into the main sponsor, and with you told me that it will depend on the riders, and with you is an Italian brand,
Ah.
there must be an Italian on that bike, at
Yeah.
least one.
Yeah, but I'm just looking down here at the Moto2 and Moto3 riders that are Petronas riders.
No
There's no
Italiano.
Italians.
No Italiano,
no
amigo.
Italiano.
No Italiano.
One, no, at least I think it makes sense, no? Why should an Italian brand join a team and not have a figure to make the marketing of that? You know, so we
Absolutely.
know that Darryn Binder will raise that team because he had signed a contract before the team crashed down.
Yep.
So he has to raise.
So is that official,
Very
Manuel, or is that just speculation? But
No,
there's a
it's not
contract, so
official.
it is. Yeah.
It may happen if, I don't know, if the new team find something special, they perfectly can pay the clause to Darryn for Darryn not to race.
That's what I say. Is that like paying him out for the whole season next year? That's obviously a lot of money.
No,
They'd have to.
in all these contracts, there are
There's a
different
clause.
clauses.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So
it
this
will
is
be expensive
basically,
anyway.
yeah, but this is basically, so now it's completely open which will be the riders. We have said the top of the list is Darryn Binder because what we have explained, he has a contract with this team. And as there is no other category they are racing in, they have to sit him on a MotoGP bike.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the messages Brad Binder has sent last weekend in this regarding this were kind, well, I would love to see my brother, Papa. So more or less never saying no.
Yeah.
I think
That's it.
Jack said somewhere that the train only comes past once or twice. You can't not take up the opportunity.
Yeah, look what
That's a
happened
good quote,
to
yeah.
Sam Lowe's. He took the opportunity, but
Well, true.
in the wrong place and at the wrong moment.
Wrong place,
Well,
wrong time. Yeah,
and
brilliant.
this is the situation. The second rider is open. It could be an Italian, but there are no Italians left anywhere because all are in Ducati.
That's what I was just looking at. Yeah, I can't see who else it's going to be. Romano Fanati?
Nor do I.
Is Danny Pedrosa Italian or?
No.
Where's Danny? What is he?
Espanol.
Oh, is
Por
he?
favor.
Sorry,
Por favor.
I apologize, Manuel and
Hang
Danny.
on. Stu, in this point, please put in the Spanish anthem in the background.
Yep. Indeed.
All the foreigners are the same to me.
Yep. And yeah, the other and Vierge, obviously he's not going to go up. He's a bit old now. He's had his chance. And Dixon and McPhee, the other two, neither of them has impressed. I know we've spoken a lot about how much we love Jake on the show, and he's a good friend of the show, but his performances really don't warrant going up. I know we talk about passports. Yes, he's got the British passport, but then you can say the same with McPhee. He's got the the British passport as well.
Would BT Sport still have the same influence or get what they want with different team, different sponsorship? Or
because Dorna, they're putting influence over Dorna, and Dorna is pushing into the team and influencing the team and who they should be signing.
Look,
So-
I just explained you how much Dorna pays for the MotoGP team. If you made the summa, we said you add everything,
Mhm.
it will be around 60 million per season. So
Wow.
they have to
That's like your
to get
wage,
the
Stu.
money. They have
Almost.
to get the money from somewhere, and there are three incomes for Dorna: the fee from the circuits,
Mhm.
the TV rights, and the advertising on the tracks.
Yep. Yeah.
Do
all
they
the
make much
sponsorship.
from spectators, or is that really just biscuits? That's
No,
not really much.
The biggest money comes from TV.
Yep.
Look, the Spanish TV 2 years ago, they were paying 22 million per season.
Yep. And that's
And-
one country
but-
out of 100.
And pay-per-view big money, there are the Spaniards, the Italians, and the Brits.
Mm-hmm.
I think with these three, they
Pay everything.
cover these 60 million.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
And the rest of it goes in Uncle Carmelo's pocket.
But then imagine they have to pay all the people work. So this is,
Yeah.
if you look at the figures, it's like more scary.
Oh,
You know?
it's a huge machine. It is a massive machine, and you've got the work that they do in the junior classes all around different countries as well. They have to set those up, and there's all the administration that goes with that. So the more you dig down, yeah, the more it's like an iceberg. All the stuff
Yeah.
under the water, yeah, it's what
Mhm.
you don't see.
And Andra, so imagine how important or how big influence the TV have.
Yep.
If they pay 22 million, so we want a British in MotoGP.
I was going to say too, though, but like you were mentioning a while ago, I think last year, Manuel, that in Spain and Italy and everywhere, you've got the grandmas and the mums and the little kids and everyone watching the racing.
Yeah.
It's
That's it.
part of their culture.
Exactly. So to sum up, so Petronas is out. Moto2 and Moto3 Petronas teams are going to be gone next year. Rossi is not in next year. Morbidelli has gone up to the
Factory team.
the factory
Mhm.
team. So that leaves us with 2 bikes with no riders. Those bikes are probably, we don't know yet, but we think that team's going to get bought out by Razlan Razli and Johan Stigefeld. And so they will be
Correct.
rebranded with a different primary sponsor, probably with lots of other secondary sponsors. We think Darryn Binder will probably be on one of those bikes because he has an existing contract with SRT that says he will be on a bike no matter what it is, and that's the only bike available. There will probably be an Italian on the other bike because With You is the primary sponsor, an Italian company, and they want an Italian rider. So we're thinking that is the most likely scenario for next year.
Exactly. Well, you said in 5 minutes what takes me 2 hours.
He did. I was just about to say that. That was. You should have just done that, Stu. We can cut
Yeah,
it.
that's it. We'll cut the entire episode and we'll just leave that bit at the beginning. No, that's amazing. Like, honestly, it's all the other stuff that's around that explains it, is why we do this, Manuel. You know, we keep saying it to everybody, but Andra and I are just lay people. We just watch this on TV and we see it from afar. So to be able to pick your brains on this sort of stuff is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, mate.
Thank you. The difference is that I am there.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I can look behind the stage, you know?
You can. Yep. You can. Yep. You can see the Wizard of Oz with all his little pipes behind the curtain. Indeed. Awesome. All right. Fantastic.
Good.
Thank you so much, boss. Again, everybody, get on the socials. If you like what you're hearing, what you're seeing, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, get onto YouTube and follow the channel and go and look at all the other episodes. And let us know when you don't like something. If you do like something, let all your friends know about it. Keep an eye out for more specials. Until then, we'll see you again soon on the Pecino Report. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Yo.